Merry Christmas, a speech lesson. I want to tell you about a story that happened a long time ago. I was in elementary school, maybe around 11 or 12 years of age. I went to independent school and I was learning speech therapy. I would tend to go maybe once, twice a week for an hour, So what happened, it was getting close to Christmas time, and my speech therapy teacher was a very handsome man. Very handsome. He had a very cute face. And he was good at signing too. So one time, we were sitting at the table across from each other, and he was teaching me, how to say Merry Christmas. I really enjoy Christmas time. So he had 1 hour to teach me this. So we went over it and over and over it, and we focused on how the tongue moves in the mouth and how it forms the letters and the shape of the lips and just the sound that it makes. And we just went over it and over and over it again till I was getting it exactly right. Oh, he was so excited. He said, "You're doing so good." I was like, "Yay! You're excellent, wonderful. Your skills are just awesome." So the next evening, we were sitting around with friends and some family. I was waiting for my parents to come. We were at school waiting for them to pick up the kids. And I saw this hearing woman over there, and her daughter. With her daughter. She grew up lip reading, and she was deaf before, but she was learning sign, but she, wasn't very good. Anyway, so I saw the woman sitting over there. I was so excited. I went over. I said, "Hi." So I was, remembering my rules about speech therapy, and I said, "Merry Christmas." And she was like, "What'd you say?" I was like, what? I was kind of shocked that she didn't understand me. So I'm like, "Well, maybe I said it wrong. Let's try it again." So I said, "Merry Christmas." And she looked at me again like, "What are you saying?" And I was just like, "Okay, I'm going to try this one more time." And she was just looking at me like, confusion in what I was saying. I was just like, so I went over to the chalkboard and I wrote "Merry Christmas" on the board for her. So she read it and she was like, "Oh, okay." And she smiled. She was like, "Thank you." So, she picked up her daughter and she left. I was angry. I'm like, "Oh my goodness, my teacher lied to me. I am so done with that. I'm not doing that anymore. We practice so much." And, so I was just like, whatever, I'm done with that. So up until then, for the past 5 years, I've been doing, theater and teaching ASL, and, many different students have, come through, and even at the age of like 5. So, I'm thinking, now that I look back on my teacher, I think, maybe one of the reasons was, he only had 1 hour to teach me this, and there's no way I could get it perfect in 1 hour, or maybe, he thought, "Oh, she's deaf, that's good enough, because, I don't really know." So I'm teaching ASL in my class, and, I'm excited. I want my students all to be on the same page, on the same level as me. I want them to all grow, together. If there's one student that's struggling for whatever reason, excuse me, we'll wait on that student, to catch up and practice and sign and struggle, and finally they get with the other class, and I'm like, "Oh, that's good. Their skills are improving." I was excited. It's important to support them so they understand.